As Elliotte Friedman has joined us fresh off of taking a phone call. This is 3 at 32, brought to you by GMC and the new Sierra AT4X. We heard Evander Kane say a lot of what we hear during this time is bull bleep. Do you, when those calls happen on February 15th or 14th or 13th, and the deadline is still 2 weeks away, get some of those people in and around the league going, can you leave me alone, please?
Oh, yeah. Like, to be honest, like you do, like nobody wants to roll grenades into people's lives. Like nobody wants to do that. It's crazy. I had one guy all over me yesterday. You lied about Thatcher Demko. You said he wanted a trade, and I said, I hate to tell you this, but I've never said that.
Right.
But like it just goes crazy at this time of year, and I do feel for some of the people involved. There's no question about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But I just want to say, like, for the record, if I say something, I generally have reason to believe it. I don't really throw stuff out there except that we're getting rid of Ken Reed. Like that.
Really? That's older than the Chychrun rumors. Yeah. And do you want Chychrun to get traded just so you can move on with your life?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that is
and he can
true.
move on with it. Like, speaking of rumors, like that's got to be tough for a
5
guy
years now
to be in rumors as long. Like, this might be the record for being in rumors.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing is that it turned into a 5-alarm blaze last week, and I can't remember it. Like, this is actually one of the interesting things like that everybody here is going to have to figure out what's acceptable, because you know, in the past, Bettman's been asked about how do you feel about players being held out for trades, and he said, and he's right, you get held out for a trade, you're generally traded the next day. Like, it's pretty quick. This is the first one I can remember where a player, like I remember Felix Potvin leaving the Maple Leafs until he got traded, right? But this is the first one I can remember where, in recent memory, where a guy was held out for a trade, stayed with the team, and it's been 5 days. And I think a lot of us are wondering. Now, I think the player is good with this, so the Players Association is not going to fight it. And we don't know where the league feels about this, but I can tell you where some of the teams look at it. They say, look, Arizona and Columbus with Gavrikov out, look at how many teams they're going to be playing who are either right on the playoff cut line or battling for home ice advantage. And they don't think that this is right. Like, they think that if you're going to trade, if a guy's going to be sat out, it's got to be because a trade is imminent. Now, you know, one of my theories is that I have Chychrun, Columbus has liked him before. I have kind of wondered if Columbus is trying, let's move Gavrikov and see if we can use that to get Chychrun. I don't know how Chychrun would feel about that. He was told he would be traded to a contender, and I think Columbus's point is we can't have another year like this one. But I think there are a lot of people around the league who don't like the way that this is going with the overall sitting out.
It's, I mean, it's not New Jersey and Pittsburgh in 1984, but, you know, there's, like when Bettman says there's no tanking, franchises can tank.
Says that
Players
stuff.
won't tank.
Like
franchises.
Like the thing is, like, I don't understand why people get so riled up by that. Like, it's like when he says, "Oh, people say they love like the digital board." It's like he's gonna say what he can to protect the shield, right? Like, we all know this, but I don't understand why people get so worked up about this.
Because some people love calling horse bleep. That's all.
Well, yeah, but like, what's his job? His job is to protect the shield. Like when I hear that, I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously tanking in this league, but I just, you know, I can't get worked up about it because I know what he's doing.
So do you think that Chychrun gets moved in the next little while, or are we going to go from 5 days to 6 days? Because it's not like the deadline's tomorrow.
You know, I hate to make these pronouncements because it changes with one phone call, and all of a sudden I look like a big dumbass if I say one thing. But look, I think there are teams that are interested in him. I think that I remember last weekend when the tweet came out from the Coyotes and people were like, LA, LA, LA. I thought LA too, but people were telling me, like, don't jump all over this. Like, it's not that close. And those people were right. And, you know, I'll tell you this, there is a theory going around, and this is what happens when there's this kind of a vacuum, that maybe he tweaks something small and Arizona, like, I don't think it's a big deal or anything like that. I don't think it's anything that could prevent him from being traded. But there are some teams that believe there was like a small little thing, and Arizona just said, we are not risking this. And Chychrun's okay with that. His trade value will never be higher. He's had a phenomenal year. But I think LA's had an offer in on them, and they're there. Like, they can't bridge whatever that final gap is because they don't want to pay what Arizona's asking, and Arizona isn't accepting what LA's done so far.
Might as well call around in the meantime.
Well, I think that's what that was too.
Right.
Was like get your and like I said, I have wondered about Columbus if they've jumped back into it and said, can we do this?
Right. Give me your best offer because we're about to do this, and then I'm just speculating here. I'm not suggesting that that's what happened.
I
but
think
it's
that's
common sense sometimes.
I think that's kind of what's gone on. But like I said, I think there's some teams who look at this and say it's not right to hold a guy out for.
Right.
Well, I guess we're on 5-6 days now.
So we heard from the Edmonton Oilers. Like, who's the team that's getting the most buzz right now? Like, where do you feel like who could be the team that makes the most noise early?
Well, like, we've seen a couple of big trades early. I got to tell you, like, I know everybody hates hearing this, but I think the Leafs are the most fascinating team this year. Like, we all know that this is a huge season for them. So much is on the line. They've had a really good year, including they've played really well when a lot of guys were hurt. Tampa just caught them for home ice advantage in the first round. They have the same number of points, but Tampa Bay's played one less game. That first series is going to be brutal.
Yeah.
Basically, there are 3 of the top 5 teams in the league by points percentage, and 2 of them are going to be out in the second round.
When you say brutal, do you mean physically brutal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So who do the Leafs have that can be physically brutal? That's when I look
think,
at that.
I think that's one of the things that they're looking at. Like, I do think right now, and again, it's one of those things I could say, and I could come out and I could look like a giant idiot if they trade for a defenseman. But I think they're looking at forwards. Like, I do. I think they're looking at forwards with a bit of edge, a bit of snarl, talent too. Like the one thing I think the Toronto Maple Leafs have had trouble with all year is that fourth line. They've had a real trouble getting that a consistent fourth line that does some offense that they're happy with. So I think they're looking at can they add some forwards that maybe either bolster that fourth line or push guys down and bolster the fourth line that way. I do think that's one of the things that they're looking at. I think they're looking for forwards.
You think Dubas is a guy that goes out and buys into some snarl and some physical guys?
Well, I think, look, normally you can't say we got to prepare to play a team, but they can because they know who they're playing.
Right.
And they know who they're getting if they get through.
Well, the thing is,
Probably.
I think Tampa, Tampa's a really skilled team, but I don't think they get credit for, they play like a bunch of a-holes. Like, they really do. They're really nasty.
That's a compliment.
Yeah,
That's
it is. It's a huge compliment. I got a lot of respect for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think Toronto knows that. Like,
Yeah.
that's a nasty, skilled team. And I think Toronto knows they got to have some of that.
Okay, so let me ask the question that with Scotiabank Wednesday Night Hockey being the Blackhawks and the Toronto Maple Leafs that's come up in the last little while. I don't know if it's coincidence, but is there, like, Patrick Kane, it seemed like there was a tie to the New York Rangers, and the Rangers go out and get Tarasenko, and there's no longer a tie to the New York Rangers. Some have tied him to Toronto.
Yeah.
Is that a possibility?
You know what, the thing that, without having the ability to ask him, because I don't like to put words in people's mouths, when I heard that, my initial reaction was, has somebody told him that Toronto might be interested?
Right.
Like, that was my first reaction. Like, I look at it this way. I think that, I think Toronto again is looking for forwards. I think they'll look for anybody who they think can help them. I think the biggest question is, just his health. And I know that drives him crazy. I just wonder if the Maple Leafs look at it and say, physically, I'll tell you this, if they think physically he can help them, you'd be insane not to look at him.
Right.
But I think my question is, do the Maple Leafs think he's in a good enough place physically he can help them? Because I think he's really upset about this narrative with the Rangers. But obviously, if the Rangers felt that, the narrative is out there.
Can they fit him under the cap at the
Well,
moment?
I mean, it would be tricky.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You'd have to do a third team. You have to pay a third team.
Yeah.
And what's the acquisition cost? Like I said, I don't think it's impossible. I just wonder if the Maple Leafs think that he's the best thing that can help them.
I consider myself a hard worker. I know that you work harder than me. You ran out of the studio with the phone before the thing started. Had
That
to
was
jump
just my
in
way
here.
of leaving you guys.
But I gotta ask, how bad's the T-shirt underneath that jacket that you left the jacket on?
No, you know, it's a great,
What is it?
it's a
What
great
t-shirt is it?
T-shirt.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. But
So
like,
why did you break it
I
out?
just was like, do I want to appear on a T-shirt? I don't know. Like, I don't know what the rules are around here.
There's no rules in this, dude.
I wore a
You know
leather
that.
jacket
I've
from
got
1984.
enough HR violations. I didn't
Okay.
want to commit another one
All right.
by
Would that
wearing
be
a
an
T-shirt.
HR? I don't know. We're all fans of Shea's, aren't we?
I don't know.
He's the real deal.
We're all fans of HR
MVP.
violations. I know that.
All right.
MVP.